Al Capone.
We have no Mr.
I know,
Capone.
get him.
We have no Mr. Capone.
I said, God. I said...
Something you want here?
My friend was killed today.
I don't care.
You don't care. Hey, now he does. Come out here, Capone. You want to fight? You want to fight, you and me, right here? That's it. Come on. What's the matter? You afraid to come out from behind your men? You afraid to stand up for yourself?
You want to do it now? You want to go to man now?
Come on, you son of a bitch.
What?
Easy.
You talk to me like that in front of my son? Fuck you and your family.
Me?
It's me. It's me. Not this way. Not this way. You fuck, you got nothing. There's not a lot of talking of bad. You hear? Because you got nothing. You got nothing in court. You don't got the bookkeeper. You got nothing. Nothing. And if you were a man, you would have done it now. You don't got a thing, you punk.
Hey everybody, and welcome. Woohoo! MAFIA is alive. The token is live. It's going to be a staged launch. We're going to get into that. It's going to be our first topic today. We're kicking things up a little bit today. And of course, that gives some of that vibe about the MAFIA game coming up. GameFi, the ultimate, of course, from Jacob's ecosystem. Going to be on BB chain and maybe even a Pulsechain. We'll be looking out for that. Phase 2, maybe. A question mark. So it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's get into it, folks, and Sue's in the house. First of all, we've got Property View. Keep up the good work. Hey, will do. Appreciate that. Good to see you in Property View. Always a big supporter of the channel. We got Check My Pulse as well. Good evening, y'all. Hey, Check My Pulse. LFG Superman. We are so early to the future. Feeling blessed. 11 hours overtime last week to DCA into these discounts. Well done, Check My Pulse. I know that's going to be epic in the future. We have been given the tools for greatness. Well said, the Check My Pulse. Bridge is working flawlessly as well. Yep, just kicking around there, doing fantastic. A big welcome, of course, to everybody on Pulsechain X. That's one of the 3 channels we're streaming on. Also, Superman Crypto, big shout out to you guys. And, of course, here on Hex Token as well. So big shout out, over 10,500 subscribers. I do appreciate all your support. If you're new to the channel, smash the subscribe button, hit the bell, share the channel around. So it's a simple way of helping if you want to get more focus on some of the best DeFi, best GameFi, and, of course, Pulsechain. Get in there, folks. We got Brennan in the house there. Morning, Superman and family. Hey, Brennan, making that MAFIA money. Yes, indeed. Now, we watched the chart launch during yesterday's live stream. It was just launched just before it, and we watched it go live. It has gone up in price quite dramatically since then. We're going to talk about that. And, of course, in Discord, we were doing a session on that as well in our Discord, buying some more MAFIA tokens. So we will be supporting all of Jacob's ecosystems protocols here on Pulsechain and BNB. So it's going to be a lot of fun, and looking forward to that real virality there. It's going to be pretty amazing. Wookie says on the spot, says, bro, MAFIA on the down low, knocking on your door. Yeah, we're looking to set up our own crime syndicate family for the MAFIA game. It's going to be called Bro MAFIA. So that's the one. You get into our Discord if you want to join up with us in our family syndicate before the game starts. We're going to talk about that in a second. Dime Hard's in house there. MAFIA up. When TRH V4, 2 more months. Well, we're going to find out more about that soon. So they've got a roadmap to roll out phased approach. So we'll find out more as it comes. We're going to, as the news comes, we're going to get it, talk about it. So that is coming there. Die Hard. We got Sandy Beach in the house as well. Hey, good to see you, Sandy Beach. Hope you're doing well. Day 16 complete of the challenge. Nice one. You definitely follow Sandy Beach on X social platform. Get into that. What is it? A challenge for, what is it again? We're doing burpees and jumping jacks. That's it. It's burping and jumping jacks there. Craig Pitts in the house there. Morning all. Hey, Craig. Hope you're doing well as well. Let's get into it, folks. We're starting the show off differently today. We're going to be getting into, obviously, MAFIA, which is launched. The game is coming up within the next 6 days, actually, now, because we're almost a day through. And, yeah, burpee and jumping jacks. That's it, burpee and jumping jacks. So then we're going to get into the usual stock market, crypto market, some of the crypto news. particularly in the US House of Congress and Senate. We've got some bullish news there. And of course, we just have to hope that the president doesn't botch it up. And of course, then we're going to get into a bit of runes for Bitcoin. So the NFT and meme space on top of Bitcoin, first time ever in the bull market. It's going to be pretty fun to see that play out. We know how it's done on Ethereum and other chains. We're also going to get into, obviously, Richard Hart tokens, and of course, then wrap up with all the top hot tokens on Pulsechain in the last 24 hours. So we're going to get into all that. It's going to be a bit of fun, bit of a full show, I think, today. Let's get into it without further ado. Let's start off with the MAFIA token, which launched, which we covered live, which was pretty amazing. So here it is here at the moment, kicking it. And look at that. I mean, we were covering it down here. Do you remember that? We were all the way down here at the beginning, and we saw the market go down. Remember that when it launched? So it launched the price of MAFIA token on BNB chain, so you can buy it on PancakeSwap. It launched at what here we've got here, open of 00039. 00039. It launched on BNB. That's US cents. And of course, then had, when we were on live stream, it had that big dip. Remember that big dip? It was green. And I said, oh man, you got to pull it up here. You got to buy it here. It's just like a no-brainer. And I was on live stream, so I couldn't do it myself. But man, what a dream. I know that in the Telegram, some of the few people, I would say few people that managed to pick up some of that were pretty laughing themselves silly at the awesomeness. And then, of course, it just continued. This is on the hourly. So this is the hourly here. Continued to just go up there. Have a bit of consolidation, come back up, and a bit more pump there. Just consolidating at the moment. And currently at the moment, it is at 1/1200th of a penny, almost 1/1300th of a penny. The high so far has got to what, 1347, 1347. And at this level, the market cap got up to 1.3 million, and it's currently at $1.2 million, which is pretty awesome. Now remember, the sacrifice for this was around about 1.25 million, so it's pretty much in that zone now at that level. But in terms of the sacrifice price, it is still slightly below. I have the sacrifice price just above here, up at 1600th, pretty much, just under 1600. Yeah, about 1592. So it's still below that, but in terms of market cap, still pretty similar to the sacrifice amounts, inclusive of bonuses, of course, that were given there. And of course, that was 25% at the beginning. So MAFIA is on a phase launch. This hype and speculation is going to be built up. We're expecting more information drops today, and of course, leading into the launch in about 6 days. So it's going to be exciting. Liquidity at the moment, 116K. Let's have a look at the pooled MAFIA, 46 million pooled MAFIA in at the moment. Remember, that started off at 100 million. There's 46 million at the moment. That's what happens when the price goes up. Don't you love AMM pools? Man. It's so cool. And yeah, it's TikTok. There's 102 BNB at the moment. Now, remember, there is a 4% buy tax and I think a 20% sell tax on this. Now, that's good news, because what that's doing is it's feeding into what they call the vault, which is getting bigger and bigger and bigger all the time. So as the days go by, that's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger. Hopefully, by the time the game launches, that will hit somewhere, I don't know, hopefully, let's see, maybe $70,000 US. Maybe, if, I mean, dreams come true, if we have a bit of rush at the end, maybe even 100 grand. That's kind of the play at the current run rate. That'd be pretty cool. So we will see where that lands. But of course, it's going to continue to feed into it. It's going to continue as people trade MAFIA. It will continue to feed into that big vault. And of course, you know what happens with the vault, right? So let's get into some of these little snapshots here. This is the website has launched as well. So after the live stream, it wasn't during the live stream, the website BNB MAFIA launched. So I'm going to post the ticker here if you guys want to pick up some MAFIA. So this is the MAFIA token, and that is it on Deck Screener. So that's it there. You can buy MAFIA there. Obviously, do your own due diligence, not financial advice, all that good stuff, but we will be fully covering this project. And of course, that is where we are at the moment. Let's get into the other thing. Of course, the website bnbmafia.io launched after the live stream yesterday, which is pretty cool. And this could be a real viral real viral GameFi project, potentially huge, right? These sort of things are the sort of things that can really take off. So we're nice and early, which I like to be in. We're going to have fun with it as well. MAFIA there, bnbmafia.io. Now, this is going to be two main phases. So phase 2, what will TRH, will that play into that? Will it be on Pulsechain? Some questions to be answered and there's been a little bit of teasers that we've had as well inside our Pulsechain Discord, so you can find out that. But we'll bring you more about that sort of linkage a little bit later on. That is the link there at the moment to this website. This is just pre the launch of the game itself. So you can see it's got a 5% buy tax, 20% sell tax. Become the most dangerous hitman in the underworld. Train your skills and everyone will fear you. Claim what is yours, but be careful. Life is precious. You only have one. Now, you can play passively. In other words, you can just speculate on the tokens, or you can play actively, or a bit of both, right? You have multiple accounts. You can play actively and then be in the game. And that's where you risk it all, right? You risk it all potentially, but you risk to gain it all, right? So that's kind of the play. Now, in the vault at the moment, the vault has currently almost 13,000 US dollars, and we're not even a full day yet. We're not even a full day. We're getting pretty close. Let's have a look at the timeline here since the token launched. 1 day ago, it says here. So we must be pretty much on the 24 hours, which would be about right because that's when we launched. 24 hours, 1 day, folks. $13,000 so far in the vault. And, of course, we've got 6 more days until the launch. So more trading, more excitement, more virality. This thing, where is it going to go? Current run rate, of course. Let's do some maths on that. Let's go, let's say 13K times 7. That would get us up to 91,000. We may even hit the 100. So let's be modest and say 70K on the low side and maybe 100K plus before the game even launches. And then, of course, it's going to continue. Every trading is going to continue to feed the vault. And, of course, the vault is going to be one of the big prizes, not just the only one. There's going to be hundreds of features in this game, but the vault is going to be obviously the kingpin. So the most successful crime family will access the vault, fight your way to the top, and claim your right to the throne. Now, there'll be some sort of payment for that. So if you're in the Mafia family that gets that vault, you got to protect it, of course. You will be able to probably pay yourselves, pay your Mafia bros and girls in the Mafia crew. And of course, that's going to be lucrative, right? That's going to be pretty lucrative. So it's going to be fun to see this play out. Now, there's going to be hundreds of features, as I say. Pretty exciting. Now, there's even more news about this, so we're going to get into that. So let's get into some of the teasers that have come out here. So you can see some of the screenshots I've pulled up so far. We're only getting little teasers as this ramps up over the whole week. So it's going to be fun to find out. We're going to cover it all as best as possible. We do have a lot of details inside the Pulsechain chat in Discord. The link's in the video description. Now, Archie is the main man here on the Jacobs ecosystem. And, of course, he's posting constant updates from the Telegram group, which is pretty exciting. And, of course, we're going to be doing more and more stuff there. I am covering it pretty in-depth on Superman Crypto as well on Hex Social platform. And, of course, we'll be covering it on all 3 channels. It's going to be fun, folks. It's going to be fun. And being early is always fun and always got the upside, big upside. So at the moment, you can see some of the characters here going on. And, of course, there is big update around the characters. So we're going to talk about that. So you can see some of the character just sneaking in here. And, of course, you can see it's going to be a leaderboard. Earn the protection from families and work your way up the ranks. Be a loyal soldier. Your fortunes will come. So there we go. That's going to be pretty fun. That launching soon. Now, the big news, of course, out is about claiming your Mafia account. This is going to be launching in 36 hours. So the first ability to create your profile, this first feature will be up to actually create your profile if you're going to be playing, and of course rise to the top among your peer gangsters. The most successful players will dominate the underworld and access the world of fortunes. So it's going to be pretty fun here. Claim your Mafia account, and of course these are just some of the profiles that there will be. So you can see there's going to be a little bit of value on each of these. It's going to be pretty fun. Now, what I was going to say is that we've got some updates, so let's read through that. And thanks to Archie for posting these, and also I think we've also had a few others posting some stuff as well. Brennan, I think, has been posting some stuff in Cavilt as well, or Cult DeFi. I call them Cavilt, but it's actually Cult DeFi. Has been posting a lot of stuff in our Discord as well about this. We're going to fully support this profile, this game, as well as a few other protocols coming up as well. So pretty cool. Anyway, so the announcement came out that claim your Mafia name. So who is who? So which character is who? Mafia profile reservation will go live in 36 hours approximately from now. All name registrations are unique. So all your names, so everyone's going to be after particular names, meaning it's come first, served first. There will only ever be one Al Capone who lived and died. So I don't know if that means that there's not going to be an Al Capone available. But when you sign up for a Mafia account, you do not risk any of your MAFIA tokens. Just remember that. So when you sign up for a MAFIA account, you do not risk any of your MAFIA tokens. All of this comes later when the game protocol launch, and of course you can set up a separate account and play with that account if you want to put some things at risk to gain more, right? That's the play. And here, I think it's a little bit, reminds me a little bit like Eve, Eve space game, where there's been battles between $1 million of ships have been destroyed, things like that. So in this case, it's more of a transfer of wealth. So it's a little bit different there. When you sign the message to secure your one-time unique MAFIA name, you will automatically be given a random profile avatar image. And we know that there's up to 1,200 images. So you can get a really nice array. That means it allows for a lot of players to play and be unique. Your name and avatar can never be changed again on that particular account. This phase is for preparing accounts and building expectation. So pretty excited about that. Now, all registration costs goes to the vault. There will be a small registration fee for the name and your character, your avatar, but all the registration fees will go back into this vault here as well. So we're going to have obviously the 20% taxes on the trading going in here. We're also going to have the registration fees as well going into here as well. So man, it's going to be a real big jackpot, man. People are going to be after it. And of course, it's not just jackpot. It's not really the right word. It's going to be a vault. And of course, people who own the vault are going to get access to some of the funds, right? The longer you hold it, the more you gain. It's going to be pretty fun. And that fee that for the registration is just to help combat, spam and scripts and things like that to try to fake out characters and stuff like that. So pretty cool. So that's some of the cool stuff coming out there. I think that was kind of the highlights I wanted to talk about on that particular list there. Yeah, we've got lots more updates in the chat there, but yeah, it's going to be pretty fun. 1,200 different avatars to choose from. And of course, you can see just a few of them in some of these images at the moment, which is pretty exciting. So yeah, MAFIA, going to be gold, going to be fun. And we're looking forward to it. We're going to probably have our own family syndicate in the Discord called Bro Mafia. So you can join our Discord and get into it. I think it looks fun. And it's the sort of thing that can really go viral as well. So looking forward to it. So as the news comes out, they're really just dripping it out as we get more and more, both around BNB, potentially Pulsechain as well. We will be covering that as well. So very excited for it there from Jacob. Really, world leader in DeFi and GameFi is Jacob. So we're really excited about where this is going to head. We got Tin Top in the house there. What's up? Hex can say good to see you, Tin Top. Check my pulse says don't have time to watch charts. Not sticking around with meme and trading. Boring accumulation, staking, farming for me. Team RHS, check my pulse. Well done, mate. There's the golden crypto strategy of this channel, of course. Nobody at all. This looks really awesome, says nobody. And it does indeed. I'm excited about it. What else there? Let's see. We got Drix in the house. Hey, Drix, good to see you. Thanks so much to check my pulse. And of course, we got Archie in the house as well. Hi, all. Good to see Archie. Of course, he is the man, the myth, and the legend around Jacob's ecosystem. And he's the man to be. If you want to talk about strategies and things, definitely there. Hey, look, we're probably going to try and, I don't know, we had a pretty big support to make Archie the godfather, so we have to talk to him into it. Yet we're still going to talk him into it, but he could be the godfather of our Bro Mafia. So let's see what happens there. Still to be done. Yes, Sandy Beach giving a shout out to Drix as well. Hey, Drix, looking good. So that's our Mafia conference. We're going to be covering it every day as we get information. So it's going to be cool, but that is it where we're at the moment. So let's move on into our standard usual updates around the markets overall. So we're going to get into the stock market. This is, I guess, Thursday on the US stock market. The Dow jumps. We've had green days, right? Well, we had a red day, green day after the CPI inflation data yesterday was so bullish. And of course, Bitcoin absolutely jumped through the moon. And today we've got the Dow snaps a 2-day win streak after a brief foray above 40,000. Remember, the Dow Jones got those top 30 industrials in them. Let's have a look at the results. Yeah, just down slightly, 0.1%, 38 points to 39,869, just below 40,000, excuse me. That's pretty amazing. And we've got the S&P 500 down 0.2%, 11 points to 5,297. And finally, the tech companies on the NASDAQ down 0.25%, 44 points to 16,698. Amazing. So, all right, the dollar is up slightly today, just a fraction at 104.44. Let's go to the commodities. Commodities. Let's try that one more time. Commodities, it's just not coming up. So anyway, we're going to read the commentary that's in here. Rate cut expectations continue, but Treasury yields rebound on bets are on September rate cut continue to provide support to stocks as Wednesday softer than expected consumer price index data was followed up by data pointing to a cooling in the labor market. Initial jobless claims in the US fell to 222,000 in the week, ended May the 11th, down from an upwardly revised total of 232,000 in the previous week. Economists had called for a reading of 219,000. Treasury yields, however, rebounded from a slump a day earlier as Fed speakers remain cautious and stressed the need to monitor further incoming data for signs that inflation is on a sustainable path lower. I now believe that it will take longer to reach our 2% goal than I previously thought, Meister said, adding that further monitoring of incoming data will be needed. So there we are. Data by we go. Data day by day, I guess they're going. Let's get into the crypto market. After yesterday's big rally in Bitcoin, we've just pulled back a little bit there, down 1.55%, $65,404 for the old BTC. Bitcoin dominance still strong though, 53.5% is Bitcoin dominance is still holding up that stronger position. Ethereum down 2.8%, back under 3,000 as well, $2,949 at the moment. We've got a bit of a mixed result across the board, as you can see. The standouts, though, is ADA there is up 1.1%, almost 1% there. And you can see Litecoin slightly green as well. Matic is up 1.2% as well. So those ones are kind of holding up there on the main chains. What else is looking interesting? All the meme coins are down slightly, about 3% across the board with Dodge, SHIB, and Pepe. What else? I think that's kind of it. Let's jump into Bitcoin, have a bit of a zoom into that. So we can see we're still above the 50-day moving average, the yellow line there. So we've managed to get back up that. That's a bullish sign, right? Bring it on. And of course, we're how many days after the Bitcoin halving? Let's have a look here. We are 26 days. We're just started our 27th day after the Bitcoin halving. And we're in a bullish position here above the 50-day moving average. That's very, very exciting. And of course, the 200-day moving average is moving up all the time. 53,564 is the current 200-day moving average at the moment. So looking very, very good. And we expected to have, like the other previous two halvings before this, to have a bit of choppiness in the month or two afterwards. And we've kind of seen that a little bit, but it's actually pretty strong. And of course, that sets us up probably pretty nicely, hopefully for maybe July and September, which is typically some bullish Bitcoin months. Even June's not too bad. A bit of a mix, but that is where we're at the moment. September, of course, always the sort of the red month, if I remember rightly, and always the down month. So let's see how we go this year. Bitcoin. So the big news today, of course, legislation that would overturn SEC ruling, preventing highly regulated financial firms from custodying Bitcoin, and crypto passes the Senate. So obviously the US Congress, US Senate, and of course that has to go to the President of the United States, who is currently sleeping at the moment. But anyway, let's see if it gets vetoed. It would be a pretty bad decision, given the fact it's got approved through both of the houses. So we will find out where that goes, but bullish news nevertheless. Obviously we know, the SEC and the executive branch have been colluding pretty much to some degree, trying to, smash crypto because they don't want freedom, right? Crypto, DeFi, freedom. They don't want that, but they're also trying to play a game. Well, if we can't beat you, maybe we'll take you over, and that's maybe the Black Rocks of the world coming in, right, and doing that sort of strategy. Anyway, pump our bags. Now, the other thing, of course, is on Bitcoin. We've got potentially basically the first meme coin bonanza in this bull market, right, for the first time. So it's going to be fun to see how Bitcoin performs with meme coins and obviously ordinals, NFTs. It's going to be pretty interesting. At the moment, we have, let's do a refresh of this page, but these are the runes on Magic Eden, the number one DeFi market for runes. And of course, we can see the top one at the moment, Fihu, at up 3.45%. Of course, the one that we think is going to be the biggest success is Dog Go to the Moon, but it's having a battle at the moment. That is rune number 3. It's battling with rune number 13, Pumps World Peace, which is a big NFT collection on the Ordinals collection. And of course, that's been rallying the last couple of days. The market caps have clashed. So Pups World Peace, I think, was just above Dog Go to the Moon. And then Dog Go to the Moon's just taken back its position again. So it really is the battle of the memes here on Pulsechain. Sorry, not on Pulsechain, on Bitcoin. And wow, it's getting pretty crazy. Ryzik, another top team, are doing pretty well as well, 152 million market cap. And these are low market caps to where they potentially could go, right? They're looking at well over 20 billion for Dodge. Yeah, get out of Dodge. Get out of Dodge and get into runes. So that's kind of where we're at the moment. Decentralized, another big team at 36 million market cap, so a long way to go there. Yeah, a lot of these are pretty top teams here all the way down. Lobo, the Wolf Pup, edge number 9, just undervalued at the moment. I think this is probably going to have a late rally. There's currently only under 12 million market cap. The price at the moment is 0.85 sats. But I think Lobo, the Wolf Pup, probably have its day in the office there. The good team, good solid team. Just come back from a Bitcoin conference as well. So lots of things happening there. We shall see where it goes. So getting in early on this is the way to go, right? And of course, Dog actually has a spaceship. They're going to be hiring SpaceX. It's going to be sending some digital dogs to the moon, actually to the moon physically. So there we go. That's later in the year, I believe October. So we'll see how it goes. And I think also Lobo the Wolf Pup is also on that ride. So it's going to be crypto going to the moon, literally, not just figuratively, but literally going to the moon. Not just on the green charts either, but actually dropping some of that. So I'm not sure that's going to be fun. All right, so that is the Bitcoin runes here on magiceden.io, so you can check that out. I'll post the link to this if you want to check out some of these and get on early. Like I say, man, this is just some of the stuff we talk about in the Strategy Club and Discord, so you can join up to that. The link's in the video descriptions as well. But man, you don't want to miss out on Bitcoin, do you? And the most valuable chain. And of course, for the first time, the memes and the NFTs really taken off here on Bitcoin. It's got to be a winner, right? Got to be a winner. All right, wait till Binance and other chains, Kraken and all that, take on all runes, right? So when the big exchanges onboard runes, it's going to be insane. We already see OKX already in the play, and with OKX wallet, OKX itself has already got, I think, 1 or 2 coins on there. So definitely things are ramping up on the runes on Bitcoin. Lies beneath in the house there. Hex PLSX incentive for the win, 100%. We're going to get into that in a minute. We're coming up to that very shortly. We've got Archie is here and Never Fear. And of course, always a pleasure to have Archie in the house. All right, let's jump over to, actually, we should have a quick look at the ordinals as well, the NFTs. Let's see what the rankings at the moment. Bitcoin Pups, 0.2 Bitcoin. Rune Pups there, 0.056 Bitcoin. Node Monks at the moment, 0.297 Bitcoin. So they're doing pretty well. This is ranked by daily volume. So definitely the volume's eased off, but they're still doing pretty well. Ordinal Maxi Biz number 4, Runestone number 5. Those are our top 5, and you can see some of the others down the list there as well. You can see Ryzik there. Some of these also have the runes, right? So they've got the ordinal NFTs, and they've also got the tokens, the meme tokens on runes. So you have to switch between runes and collections for those. All right, let's jump into Ethereum. Ethereum at the moment is currently just come off yesterday. Yesterday, the high was 3,041, low 2,923. The 50-day moving average is currently 3,119. And we're currently in between that and the 200-day moving average, which is 2,797. We're at 2,945. Yesterday, we had a nice little pump. 2 days in a row, we're over 30,000, but we've closed out down there. So still a bit of a battle. We have the Ethereum ETF approvals with the SEC deadline looming, and it's getting very close indeed, but we're not expecting approval. So yeah, not expecting approval for that. Let's see how many days. That's pretty much 6 days away, but no approval expected there. Probably deferred is probably what's going to be happening there. It's going to be a bit of a battle with the SEC around there. We'll see. We need more court cases, right? More court cases. That is Ethereum, and that leads us into Pulse Predict, another one of Jacob's ecosystem projects. Man. This is on at the moment, and you can earn some free Predict tokens. So the countdown at the moment on this is ticking away. How many days? Under 40. We're just gone under 40 days as we speak. So this started off at 90, I think, on the countdown. This is another one of Jacob's awesome DeFi. This is actually on Pulsechain, pulsepredict.io. And at the moment, you will get Predict tokens if you've done sacrifices, any of the sacrifices in Jacob's protocols. That would be like BNB Pot, Pulse Pot, which are all part of the same thing. TYCZ, which is now MAFIA. TRRH, of course. I think they had one. Yeah, and a PUSD Algo is a big one that I think is the biggest of them all, coming up hopefully at some stage later in the year. And of course, activity. If you're doing activity here on Pulse Predict, like any of the price predictions or sports events, you can get points for that. And of course, staking. If you stake TRH, you can get points, and NFTs. If you've got the OG NFTs from TRH, you can you'll get some points for that too. When I say points, Predict tokens. Now, they won't be launching for another 40 days, but that gives you plenty of time to earn more. Now, to earn some, you can earn some free ones without even playing the sports games. But if you want to earn way more. Play the sports games like Price Predict or sports events. And of course, you can earn so many here. There's lots of free options, of course, like just joining up and making a profile. You get 20,000 Predict tokens just for doing that. You can see that's the second one here. But there's so many others that you can earn points. So you can go through all those yourself. Very, very cool. What else there? Yeah, sports event coming up for this in terms of earning points. They're going to have lots of big things coming. So obviously the next one is the Fury Ersk fight coming up. They're going to have the Oracle Formula 1, the Indy 500, the UEFA Cup there. So lots of things coming up to bet on. And of course, you don't have to wait for that, though. You can just set up price predictions here on Pulsechain. You can bet on Ethereum. You can bet on Pulse. You can bet on Pulsex. You can set up, create your own bets. You can also follow supported tokens as well to earn more points. And if you do so, you'll get on the leaderboard. And of course, being on the leaderboard itself in the top 50 gets you more points just to being on the leaderboard there. There are now 3,858 players, including sacrifice holders, and the leaderboard there paying out every day to these players here. So pretty cool. You can see the top people at the moment: John Anthony, Black Girl, and people like that. So that is ticking away. That is Pulse Predicts. I'll post that link in the chat there as well. Get in there on that, folks. Cool opportunity. Lots of free ways to earn Predict tokens as well. So let's place that in there. Bam, bam, bam. Pulse Predicts. Love crypto. Another great project from Jacob. So that is it on there. Let's get into Pulsechain day 370. It's just finished. Well, it looks like we just started day 371, but we're going to get into results for the end of day 370. Pulsechain, quadruple 0596, down almost 1.8%. Sitting at 60% of the mean sacrifice price. Pulse at the moment, quadruple 0254, down 1.7% at the moment. The buy and burn is sitting at 858 billion, which is 4.23%. And now we're in the second year, right? So awesome stuff. And of course, on top of that is the PUSD protocol. That's got another 800 billion, I should say, staked on that protocol as well. So we're sitting, over 8%. I would say about 8%. Let's say about 8% of the Pulsex is either bought and burned or staked in the PUSD protocol. Now the other one, of course, incentive token, $3.25, up 2/3%. Man, the ratio is looking good, right? 54,509 pulse per one incentive token, and the incentive tokens we've got 31,859,000, and of course they're emitted from the V1 Pulsex farm. So ticking away there, looking very, very good indeed. Hex on Pulsechain down dramatically compared to everyone else, down 12%, and of course there was a big account, was it? It was a Hex 19 or something like that came out today. Bit of big penalties on that, so that's down to 0.8 of a penny on Pulsechain. That probably explain that 12% dip. But EHEX is actually up. EHEX is up at 1900th of a penny. I think we were sitting at 1800th of a penny yesterday. We're up 19 at 1900 there, almost 0.2 of a penny. Combined price of EHEX has dropped. Excuse me, has dropped below 1 cent. Need a bit of a drink here. Has dropped below 1 cent here at 9900th of a penny. So just below 1 cent at the moment on the combined price. Let's jump to the charts. Should we just go to we'll look at the daily quickly. Daily here, RSI is pretty low, 38. We're just in the consolidating range here on the horizontal. And of course, horizontal generally is looking pretty good. Yeah, like I say, we want to protect that 5,300, but definitely 5,000 here, that range, definitely important. You can see that previously important as well on the angular support for the uptrend that we broke. So that is where we are, looking pretty good. And we're just past the year. Will it be 1 year and 1 month, and then we start to rally along with Bitcoin? Stay tuned. It could be a good theory there, late June, something like that. So that is Pulse, and let's look at the. I won't look at the weekly, but actually let's look at the weekly. Why not? Let's do it. The longer term view is always pretty good. RSI on the weekly is down at 36, so just slightly lower, but I think looking pretty good. Nice little zone here, isn't it? A little accumulation zone. Looking pretty good there. I could add in the volume. There's a volume one here. Have I got that on there? Let's have a look at the volume. There we are. It doesn't show up that well. Let's go to the daily. The volume there, yeah, definitely. Let's see all the big volume on here at this accumulation zone. So definitely looking good there. Yeah, that's a lot of demand zone in there. It's giving great support at the moment. All right, that was a new one. So where'd that indicator come from? Everyone's saying, oh, well, that's a new one I added. There we go. It's called the VP VR. How about that? All right, we got the Pulsex there. I'm sure that I'm sure that who was it? Not Archie. Brennan. I'm sure Brennan will be happy about that. He'll be happy about that new indicator. Anyway, we got Pulsex at the moment sitting at a 2500th of a penny. Not 25, no, 2500 of a penny. 2500 with 4 zeros. That's if it was at 2500 a penny, everyone would be like, "Yay! Like, let's go buy my Ferrari." No, it's not at that price. All right, so yeah, just trying to hold on to this this angular support here, but really on the edge, isn't it? And it has pierced through it several times. I managed to get back over it just. I would say it's just on there at the moment. The RSI pretty chill as well at 40. And of course, as you guys know, we've got very good horizontal support at 2250. So that's kind of where we are. I'm back here in November on the weeklies, and we've bounced off that area pretty much the last 3 weeks, and even back here was it 6 weeks ago. So this is looking like a very good area here. I don't have that new indicator on here. I probably need to add it because it's probably even more important for Pulsex. So that is it at the moment. Let's have a look at the daily on that. RSI is a bit stronger here, 42. And of course, we're on 2500 here. Just you can sort of see it's just teetering around. It's kind of breaking down a little bit, but it's kind of holding just. I mean, if we can bounce off here, we'll keep it there. All right, so that is Pulse and Pulsex incentive token, though. Man, this ratio looking like the boss, isn't it? Look at that. Woo! Hot dog and a dog. Looking like a boss, man, is the old incentive token. The RSI is still pretty chill here on the weekly at 60. And definitely got room to move to the higher, right? So from here, where do we go? 61. 61 to 60. So 61 would be back here, right? This horizontal. And then 61 to 71. And that's 71 back here. So those are kind of the two next targets. We got to a high of 61. See back here. This is on the weekly, remember? So that is where we are on the daily. Day there, pretty good day. The last couple of days, look at that, nice, almost a breakout level, almost. So keep a lookout for that. Holding up well, man. A Pulse rebounds came on, right? Pulse there. It's kind of pretty cool. Now PX course under pressure. We did have, I think it was Hex 19. Wow, and of course we're down 81/100th of a penny there at the moment. So that will probably just bounce back. Good entry here. We're in accumulation zone anyway. And getting any sort of whale impacts, a good time to pick up there. We will check that out on the Hex Daily stats for our payout today from Minus. EHEX as well, having a better day, 1900th of a penny. Got up to 20/100th of a penny, so 0.2 of a cent. And of course, the RSI pretty chilled down 36. Easy buy there. That's on the weekly as well. Looking at the daily, RSI just below 50 at 48. And last couple of days been pretty bullish. So let's see if we can, etch out a bit more gain here on the EHEX or Hex on Ethereum. All right, combined price EHEX and PX still in accumulation zone. Thanks to the whale, you can thank him very much for being able to accumulate more. That's pretty much where we are on the combined price. Let's go to quickly have a look at the gas prices. 2x normal, 444,000 beats, 9/10 of a penny for Pulsex swap, 600th of a penny for a Pulsecoin transfer, 2/10 of a penny for a PRC20 transfer. Hyper cheap, I would say, on Ethereum right now, 3 Gwei, but we're still 334 times cheaper than that. And like I say, up to $3 for a Uniswap, the swap, but only less than a cent for a Pulsex swap. That's a great place to do business, is the old Pulsechain. Let's jump over to the validators. Validators at the moment, 48,915, 1.57 trillion locked in the validators, the same as yesterday. The bridge is our health check, 109.3 million. Is that slightly higher than yesterday? I think it is. Just a little bit higher than yesterday. 109.3. Yeah, maybe a couple $100,000 more than yesterday. I should pull up Pulse alerts actually, but that's kind of where we are. Anyway, so that means we're on to day 371 on Pulsechain, which is pretty cool. That's a good time to pivot into our derivatives, and everything is down on the derivatives. Even Icosa, which has benefited from iBurn, which has been pretty successful. We're going to check that out in a minute. So iBurn there. You have to burn Pulse and Icosa, is it? Or just Icosa? I think it's Pulse and Icosa, and it's down 13% at the moment. So just a bit of a reprieve there on the old Icosa. But, man, it's had a good little run at 13 cents. Let's have a quick look at that chart. Yeah, nice little pump there. Look at that on Icosa. Came all the way off 6.7 cents. So it's a really nice gain in only like a week or so there on Icosa. Let's jump over to the stable coins. What's looking good here? PDI at the moment, just under half a penny. So that's just eased off there, just accumulating as well. And of course, PXDC here. Everything else looks pretty good. Coast at 85 cents, almost 86 cents. So still waiting to get back online with a new financial provider. That's got to be coming very, very soon, I imagine, on the old Coast. What else are we going to talk about here? The meme coins that we're going to do. Let's go to the influencer coins. And at the moment, all the influencer coins are down. The best performer at the moment is Nope Token from Randy Alaski. That's pretty almost flat at 4,700 for a penny. And the worst one at the moment, Steve Hitson, is down 23% at the moment. There's other plays on the meme coins. That's going to lead us into the overall numbers for Pulsechain. Let's get into that. And yeah, volume up today, pretty good. It is a weekday. And of course, 36.9 million. So as you guys know, typically during weekday, been doing about 25 to 40 million. So we're definitely at the top end on that. 36.9, that's good news. A lot more activity this time of week. So pretty cool. This is the better time of the week. We do fine for that. Transactions, 364,000 transactions at the moment. And of course, the interesting stuff is what's the breakdown of this volume? Well, PulseX at the moment is $23 million of that. 9mm is currently 9.6 million. So 9mm has been a real surprise to the upside, especially considering that the TVL locked in there. And then 9-inch there, making a bit of a comeback, 3.5 million. That seems to be in that range, 3 to 5 million, doesn't it? So that is kind of the hold off there. Let's have a look at the best results overall, though. We've got GameStop up 160% at the moment. We've got Die Hard. So we got Die Hard in the chat there. You'll be pretty happy about that, Die Hard there. So you've got Die Hard, you ended up getting P-Die, don't you, from the reflections. So that's doing pretty well, up 9% there. Let's actually zoom in on that a little bit there, see where the chart is overall. Well, it's up from yesterday, but yesterday was a down day. So the actually chart are looking a bit weak, isn't it, at the moment? But is it going to find a bottom here at 18 cents, or has it got a bit further to go? I haven't got the RSI on here, so definitely worth adding the RSI to see that. Should we do that? Let's do it. Let's do the RSI, relative strength index, of course. And definitely it's just zooming here at the bottom feeder here. So it does not really giving us a lot of clues at this stage about where that's going. What else is doing pretty well? Orange Man Good is up 8%. So we haven't got any really big movers apart from this GameStop at the top. Obviously, it's just a token representing, what was it, on Ethereum, is it? GameStop. Do have a website, though, and it's been around for, what, 5 days. It's actually looking pretty good, though, in the chart, isn't it, from that. It does have a website and Twitter. Remember, not financial advice. We're just going through what's performing the best at the moment. Now, PulsePot, another one of Jacob's projects. So we've already covered Pulse Predict. We've covered MAFIA. We've also got PulsePot, of course, on Pulsechain, $2.55. So good value entry there, up 7%. So that's going to be it's going to be interesting whether PulsePot benefits from the other protocols as well. So what linkages there are between protocols. It's going to be pretty interesting to see. But that's up 7% at the moment. SparkSwap up 4%. 9-inch up 2% there. So what we had, quadruple 02 on 9-inch at the moment on the old Pulsechain. Hex Orange Address up 2%. So not a lot of big gains today. Kind of a cooling off because we did have pretty good yesterday. But a bit cooling off today. The outstanding one there at the moment, GameStop at the moment. All right, so that leads us into the Hex Daily Stats. Before we do that, let's get into a couple of other comments here. Check My Pulse says we have such a diverse community. We do indeed. And of course, DJ says, Superman, hey, DJ, good to see you. Brendan says Hex19 had his wallet hacked a few years ago. Could it be the hacker selling still? Not sure. Just a thought. Yeah, I haven't actually got in a few, but that is correct. Yes, he did, says Archie. Yeah, we're going to see that in results today. I saw it on a commentary about today's results. I didn't pull it up, though. Yeah, I remember he got sim attacked at the airport. Yeah. He did make some of it back and some of the other drops like Pulse Bitcoin, was it, and stuff, things like that. I thought he made some of that back. Buy the dip, says Die Hard. Absolutely. Buy the dip on the old Die Hard. All right. Let's get into it. Day 1627 on Ethereum for Hex, 16th of May. No change in the price based on this snapshot, but the payout 7.139 Hex per TCS, so another strong day. Maybe those penalties there. I probably should bring it up, actually. Let's see here. We got down 900 T-shares, so 9,187. What else? We've got the penalties at the moment, 500,000 at 65.6 million. So it's not a lot of penalties there. So yeah, I've got to go back and double check that commentary I saw. but we're down 17 on the liquid holders, down 2 on the miners, 117,860. Looking at Pulsechain. Pulsechain, is it the same day? No, we're a day behind as usual. So this is yesterday's results. We didn't get to talk about this. So this would have been day 3, what was it, 369? 369, I think that's it. The 15th of May. And of course, the price was up 6.6% 2 days ago. The payout was 6.979 on Pulsechain. What else is interesting? Let's go. T-shares were down 1,500 to 9,449,000 in the ownership pool. The reward pool, 1.3, almost 1.4 million in penalties, almost 66 million in the payout pool or the reward pool. Liquid holders up 32 and miners up 11. Hey, look at that. Are we getting a break in this trend that's been going on for like 100 days? Because we're up to 11 there, to 123,964. We're getting growth back on the miners, on Hex, on Pulsechain. Oh, the Magic Hyperride chain, the growth chain. I don't know. It's looking pretty good. It's definitely, maybe Hexy Man's been talking about it. Crispy Man on HexFire's been talking about that. Anyway, that's where we are at the moment. Hex.com, check it out. You can mine Hex on Ethereum and Pulsechain. Of course, Pulsechain being the Magic Hyperride. That is pretty much it. All right. Yeah, I wish I had that post on the news today, but I don't have it, unfortunately. I have to pull it up, and it's on another account. All right, let's go back into it. That's it, 46 minutes. Man, remember I used to do my live streams for like an hour and 15. That's when we were covering so many project updates. Now we will be doing more projects. So obviously I'll be backing and covering a lot of Jacob's ecosystem because it's just some of the best stuff on Pulsechain. I mean, you can only have so many meme coins. And meme coins are good, right? Because you can make value, but they are very degen, a lot of them. Some of them have bigger ecosystems. They can be longer term. Some of them are just pump and dumpers. So, it is more of a degen game. And everyone thinks that every meme coin is going to do a 10,000x, which we all know there's only a few coins that kind of do that sort of stuff. And these days, people are getting more sophisticated at trying to manipulate that outcome, right, to get that outcome. So you get a bit of that going on as well. I think Hex Token says, Sandy, you're most welcome. Always a pleasure, Sandy. We're going to wrap it up there. But man, it's going to be fun times ahead. Now, the other thing is Liquid Loans. Of course, I don't know if you saw on Matty Allen's show, but Liquid Loans announced that they're doing a website. I think it's called Go Pulsechain. And it's going to have, I think, all the project teams. So well over 200, maybe 250 project teams, maybe more on that list. They're going to have lots of onboarding things. They have apparently all the influencers. So let's see if we make it. Let's see if we make it on that list. I keep getting left off. I don't know why. Who's the one streaming every day? I don't know. Or virtually every day. I don't know. But we'll see. We'll see. And of course, they're going to have other onboarding things too. Look, we've talked about this. Hopefully, we'll get more access. Now, what I want to see coming up with either Liquid Loans or Coast is obviously a credit card. We want a credit card with crypto, right? Imagine going to the pub. I'm going to pay with my old Pulsechain and buy you a pint of beers or a round of beers. Something like that would be pretty fun. All right. Don't forget, if you want to get more involved with the Mafia, get into our Discord. Join up with our crew, the Bro Mafia. It's going to be a lot of fun, and we're going to have a lot of fun with that game. Archie says, great stream. Absolutely. Hey, look, some of the DeFi games, they can be worth tons and tons of money. So keep a lookout for that because I'm excited about where that game's going to go. And if it goes hyper viral, maybe like the Friends app on Base or something like that, man, it could be insano in the game, and it's definitely got a lot of the right components. So, and looking forward to that. Big shout out to Crypto Incognito as well. Thank you so much. And let's move on. All right, that's it. I think we're going to wrap up. Let's play out the Magic Cup Ride video on the way out because we love Magic Cup Rides. And here we go. All right, peace out. Take care. Bye for now. Subscribe, like, share, see you in Discord. And catch you again tomorrow. Bye, ya boy.
In theory, if someone were a billionaire and they had like all this money, why wouldn't they just buy more of the thing they liked instead of dumping the thing they liked? Like if Bezos bought shares in Amazon, would you be pissed off? If Apple does a stock buyback and they buy more of their own shares in their company back from the public, which is a way to turn earnings into yield for the shareholders, do you get mad and yell at Apple? And so we had to come up with a word for this fan fiction fantasy, which is the opposite of a rug pull, called a magic carpet ride. And so if you're worried about risk of a rug pull, what weighted value have you given the risk of a magic carpet ride? And it's just hilarious to me.
It's fun to watch Hex pumping up the charts. It's left behind all kinds of broken hearts who didn't buy the dip, who didn't DCA. And now that we're on a rip, it's hard to look away. Now I'm not the one to hand out free advice, but as for me, I wouldn't dare think twice about buying a bag, since we're still somewhat down. This rocket ship's about to break the speed of sound. You know these wheels are starting to roll. Best to sit back and just enjoy the show, 'cause we're about to ride that train into the heart of Mexico. I'll tip my hat to everyone who minds. You're getting paid out while you're killing time. It makes room for a nice vacation to the beach, perhaps a celebration now that you are rich. Ha! Ignore the haters who all called you crazy. You studied hard while they were being lazy. Now you're packing bags, about to take a ride up on that rocket ship, mooned up and starry-eyed. I feel these wheels are starting to roll. Best to sit back and just enjoy the show, 'cause we're about to ride that train into the heart of Mexico. Now that we're summer bound and the sun is bright, I see that it's not round but rather has 6 sides. It's a work of art that's written into code, designed by Richard Hart to make our bags explode. You know these wheels are starting to roll. Best to sit back and just enjoy the show, 'cause we're about to ride that train into the heart of Mexico. Yeah, we're about to ride that train into the heart of Mexico.